Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're doing another update on piercing pronunciation. We're talking about Daith piercings. Daith piercings? How do you pronounce it? So I'm going to start and preface this by saying whether you say Daith or Daith, I genuinely don't care. I understand why you would say either pronunciation, and on this one, I really don't think it's a big deal. But there is some really cool history about this relatively recent piercing and how it got its name and pronunciation, the Daith. And yes, technically correct pronunciation for this is Daith. But if you see it written and spelled out, I completely understand why you would say Daith, and I think if you opt to say it that way, that is okay. But there's just still some cool history here behind why we call it the Daith. In the grand scheme of body piercing, this is a relatively new piercing. This piercing was invented in the 1990s by a piercer named Eric Dakota. He had a client come in who was interested in something new and different, and he was quite the innovator, having been the first to perform a number of different piercings at that time. Between him and his client, they figured out the Daith piercing. She had perfect anatomy for it, and since she was the first one to ever get one done, Eric decided to let her name it. She was a Christian theology major and currently learning Hebrew in college. She decided to name this piercing after the word da'at, which is a Hebrew word meaning knowledge. Given the root word being Hebrew, the pronunciation that she came up with was Daith, spelled D-A-I-T-H. However, I can see why some would look at that spelling and think that it would be Daith, rhyming with faith. This is a piercing pronunciation that a lot of folks, even piercers, struggle with. But even so, I think the history behind this piercing is so cool, and the fact that it is a relatively modern invention. Plus, I love the concept of the root word and the special moment that Eric was able to share with his client in allowing her to name it. So when you see me talk about Daith piercings on my channel and on my social media, you'll probably hear me pronounce it Daith. That's the pronunciation I use. But know that if you come see me in the studio, or you come get work done by me, or you meet me and you say Daith, I'm not judging you. I'm not that worried about it. I understand why you would pronounce it that way, but if you're a piercing buff and you like cool history, fun facts, that's a really cool one. And if you'd like to learn more about some of Eric Dakota's work and really cool history, there's a lot of it cataloged over on Sacred Debris, and there's, I believe, some stuff written about him as well in The Point, the APP's online digital publication. I hope that helped, and I hope all of you at home enjoy your fun, cute Daith piercings. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.